Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Red Alert Allied Mission 4. How many times have I said this is Allied Mission 4, and how many times will I forget?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To the light tank boogie.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Please don't mock my mispronunciation of the word boogie.
Ready. At once. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Let's group everyone up then, our attack is coming. Even you, Mr. Lookout Man who's been stood there for the whole game. Now the problem I have is fitting all of this lot onto one screen.
Awaiting orders. At once.
That will have to do. Everyone can amass. No, we'll go this way. I fancy a change of pace.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
I noticed how my attempt at getting all of the units on one screen meant I missed off half of my tanks.
Reporting.
But
Affirmative.
apparently that's not a problem. Yeah, this order is confusing. How are we supposed to get over this cliff?
Unit ready.
I'm not sure quite what the commander wanted. Let me just walk forwards and examine the cliff. No, I don't think I can drive over this cliff. I'm going to try going around. Good work, tank. No, I'm still not sure about this. I'm going to try reversing and going through the enemy's base to get there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir.
Now, that's a command we understood. That's my technician.
Very well.
He's coming along with the fighting force. Where is he? There he is.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay. Okay.
You notice that when you have a technician selected, it doesn't matter if you've got a tank selected as well. He still outranks him. That's the voice you hear.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
It makes sense.
Unit lost.
I mean, truly, what scares you more?
Ready and waiting.
Ah, this is just a mess. Slow it down. Everyone,
Yes,
just
sir.
try to find some way to move forwards.
Acknowledge. Yes,
Well,
sir.
this is one man with a grenade. He's not that frightening. Two men with a grenade. Shh.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Bring the army.
No. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Right. That tank is no threat, because he may have two barrels, but we have
Yes, sir.
numerous.
Yes, sir. At once. Reporting.
It's all about the way you avoid things that you can't do quickly or are high pressured, like counting.
Acknowledge. Ready and waiting. At once.
One medic,
Lost.
hero of the day, really.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Unit
sir.
lost.
Now this time we're not going to do a all-in approach. We're going to do a send the tanks in first. They can deal with the flame towers.
Acknowledge.
Leave the men at the back on some kind of backup guard
Very
duty.
well. Reporting. Affirmative.
But it's so hard to select just the tanks. It looks like there's going to be three of them.
Acknowledge.
4, 5, 6.
Acknowledge.
See, counting piece by piece made it easier on myself.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledge.
Okay, we are going to have to work on those first.
Vehicle affirmative. Affirmative.
As we said before, the flames are not going to damage my tanks, so
Unit
Vehicle
ready.
reporting.
there is no urgency to destroy the towers.
Yes, sir.
But when there are
Vehicle reporting.
those medium tanks,
Awaiting orders.
they still need to be taken out first.
Affirmative.
Building.
Vehicle.
Yeah,
Unit
that's
lost.
problematic. Once again, we're left with no economy whatsoever. Nah, it's slow enough.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Whenever I start losing a fight, I feel that I should slow the game down, because then I'll do better.
Unit lost.
Okay, change of plan. Kill the flame tower, then the main can come in.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't I think of this before?
Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Watch now as they rebuild a flame tower on top of my units. It's going to
Yes,
happen.
sir. Awaiting orders.
It's going to kill us all.
Of course.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Very well.
Okay,
Yes,
grenadiers
sir.
are also a serious threat to my men.
Vehicle reporting.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir.
I actually fear the barracks more than I fear the war factory at this
Very
point.
well.
Unit lost.
Come on, we got more of you. Technician in.
Lost.
Yes, sir.
Okay, scout.
Unit lost.
I'll fight later. Scouting now.
Unit lost.
Waiting. No.
Two light tanks nearly lost to one man and one heavy tank.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Okay, so despite hating the barracks, I apparently took out the war factory first.
Vehicle acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Affirmative.
There it is, the rebuilt flame tower.
Lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Okay, change of plan. Just get away from the flame tower.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Destroy this thing so nothing else can come back.
Unit lost.
Yeah.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Technician's going to go in first, take the shot.
Unit lost. Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Wear this down. The tanks, I guess, take priority. We've got a few things left to work that down.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
General rule of attacking any base, if you can get the war factory and the construction yard, you're in a good place. If you can get the barracks as well, you're in a great place.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting order. Affirmative. Vehicle. Affirmative.
Of course, the functions of the buildings are the same as they are for us.
Vehicle. Acknowledged.
Get rid of the construction yard, they can't rebuild flame towers, they
Lost.
exploit the where you can deploy your buildings rule.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
The computer has a fixed place for every building. No, you crushed a technician! It's like killing one of your own.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
The computer has a fixed rule as to where it can place buildings. Every building can only be placed in the place where it started at the beginning of the level. This also means that the computer never builds any buildings for itself and only replaces those that we destroy.
Insufficient funds.
This also means that it doesn't need to have a building adjacent and it can just build wherever it likes. We can abuse that. We park a tank in the way of the building, or a technician, and then all of a sudden they can never rebuild their building. That's quite exploitful, so we won't do it unless we have to.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Technicians first, especially the guy with the rather bright looking orange jumper there.
Reporting.
May have been yellow. My eyes, old, they play tricks.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Once the computer feels all hope is lost, sells its buildings, attacks my army of tanks with a couple of men. It didn't work so well,
Accomplished.
and we win. Well played, guys. Even in the cutscenes, I prioritise the barrels. It's a sign. It's the way the game is meant to be played. We yet lose a single building. I reckon that makes us the winners. My score is atrocious. Unhappy face, what? This game was not around when emoticons were around. They have not mastered the unhappy face. 30 routes. Let's go bottom.
Government leaders have abandoned the capital and are now hiding in exile. Information out of occupied Athens has been sporadic, but Soviet forces are indeed in control of the capital as well as much of the outlying territories in Greece. In the city, fighting among Allied and Soviet troops continues, but the Allied death toll is rising rapidly. Now it remains to be seen if Allied forces will be able to weather this onslaught intact. Reacting to this latest assault, Allied diplomats led the United Nations in a 281-7 vote that, in approving a unique military funding initiative aimed at increasing global Allied support. This proposal calls for the formation of a global defense agency to be temporarily established in an as yet unnamed European capital.
Sounds bad, does it not? Well, it is. But Stalin has just written his obituary. At last, this will help us galvanize the rest of the world against him. Yes, we have lost Greece. But we are not out just yet. Stalin may think so. But if we can continue to counsel the talents of commanders like yourself, we will come through this war on top. My old friend... One of Tanya's men. She found something. But Russian security agents have captured her. They will almost certainly take her back to Moscow. We must get her back. She has vital information on the Iron Curtain project. That information could help tip the scales in our favor. Let him clear his head. In this state, he is of no use to us. The Soviets currently hold Tanya near Grodno. The prison is well guarded, but a supply truck from a nearby Soviet base runs through the facility several times a day. If your spies can infiltrate the war factory, they may be able to hitch a ride into the prison compound. Once you have found Tanya, get her out of there any way you can.
Such a pretty face. Where is Professor Einstein? I was hoping you'd say that. I'm afraid the effects are quite permanent.
Reinforcements have arrived.
A
Time.
successful operation all round for that man. Right then. Firstly, isn't it concerning that the Allied leaders get their intel by watching the news? That worries me. Secondly, that's going to do it for this video. We're going to save Tanya from this backhanded man. Next video. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and hopefully you will join the spy with the greatest voice of video gaming history. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.